Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Working Man Sports Talk podcast, where we like to talk to other working men about sports. And if you aren't a man, who cares? Welcome to the show. We don't discriminate. We want everybody up in here. We've been gone for a while, and there's been a lot that's been going on, and we want to talk about it, especially when it comes to college hoops, because guess what today is? Happy Selection Sunday. That's right. We got the conference championships. It's wrapping up the regular season, and we're getting ready for some March Madness that's coming this week. And I'm telling you what, it's been crazy. John, talk about whatever you want to talk about, your games that you saw, because I got a lot to say, and I've been saying enough right now. Go ahead. I'm kicking it off to you, bro.
Well, let's start off. This whole week has just been crazy overall. Big thing is, I thought big news coming out was Duke Cooper Flag getting hurt. I thought that was really big news. As we saw, he's projected to be the number one player going into the NBA draft, but overall the number one player right now in college basketball. So if him getting hurt, I literally thought that they were going to fall off. They
did not, though.
They went through. They beat North Carolina without him on Friday night, and then they went through and beat Louisville Saturday. Mm-hmm. Came back and beat Louisville. So
they were down to the half, I think, by like 7 or 6. Louisville went on a 7-0 run.
It was 38-33 at halftime. Then they came out and dumped 40 points on them. So that tells you right there that these teams are not just built around one player, and they're actually a team game. So shout out to them, and hope Cooper Flag gets better before.
And the coaching.
Coaching's big. Another team that's like, I wouldn't say shocking or anything like that, but I'm also rooting for is Florida. Florida has came off and has just been one of those teams. I feel like it's going to take it. They're a squad. They are a squad. I have a feeling that they might take the whole thing, but they won their division yesterday. No, I'm sorry.
The whole thing. What are you talking about? Take the whole thing.
I'm talking about the whole March Madness bracket.
I don't know about that.
I have Florida taking all. I'm sorry, but Florida, they did not win their conference yet. They beat Alabama yesterday, who was a pretty hard team, but they beat them on 104-82.
They blew them out of the gym.
Oh yeah, and they play today against Tennessee. And Tennessee is one of those teams I feel like, I'm not saying they're a sleeper, but they're up there where they can actually, put the fear of God in you if you're not careful.
They can hoop. They can hoop.
One of those top 5 teams. Tennessee's a top 10 team, but they're one of those teams that can definitely scare you.
They can hoop.
So that's what I have to say about that. Who do you have winning today? You have Cornell versus Yale, Tennessee versus Florida, George Mason, I haven't heard that name in a long time, I feel like, versus VCU, UAB versus Memphis, and then the game that I'm looking forward to the most, or the second game I'm looking forward to the most, Wisconsin versus Michigan.
Okay. I'll give you my breakdown here in a second, but first I want to give a shout out to the High Point Panthers going 14-2 in their conference and then going 29-5. People don't know about this team. Ever since I found out about them a couple years ago, I kind of check in every now and then. Good for those guys getting it done.
What division
Shout out
are
to you. They are in the Big South Conference. And, like I said, good work. I was watching you guys for a little bit, checking in there, see what's going on. And, hey, y'all did your thing, so good for y'all. And then you want me to check, so if any of y'all are any High Point fans or any High Point players, tune in. Shout out to you.
Hey, is High Point, I wonder if High Point's going to be
29-5. Could, never know.
I hope they're in there. That'd be dope.
So you want me to give you my breakdown between Cornell and Yale? I don't know enough about those teams, so I'm just going to say Yale. Boom. Okay, and in Tennessee, Florida, man, I'm gonna go Florida. VCU, George Mason, going VCU. UAB, Memphis. I will pick UAB for the upset, and then 22 Michigan versus 18 Wisconsin. I gotta go Michigan over Wisconsin. Not a Wisconsin guy. They knocked out my team, Michigan State. I gotta go Michigan.
Let's they sure did, didn't they? That Michigan State. That Michigan State.
Don't want to talk about it. It was a bunch of bullshit. It is what it is, man.
You don't want to talk about that missed call?
You can't. No, I don't. It's over. It's game over. We're going on to the bigger things, and we're moving on to bigger things, and that we're going to win the title, hopefully. So, anyway, let's hear what you got to say. Let's see your picks. I'm sure you know a lot about Yale and Cornell because I don't. So, go ahead.
I don't know a whole lot about them either, but I know their game just started. Cornell just got the ball. But I'm gonna pick. You said you had Yale.
I had Yale.
I'm pick Cornell. Why not? Let's go for it.
There you go.
I'm picking Florida over Tennessee. Like I said, I have Florida as my number one team. Throughout this whole bracket and everything going forward. I'm picking George Mason over VCU.
All right.
Then I want UAB to upset Memphis. That would be a grand upset, I think, for me. And then I want Michigan over Wisconsin. I want to see the Michigan Wolverines come back and after their whole debacle the last couple of years, I feel like they've just been that team that's either been right on the brisk of actually becoming really good, or they've just been that type of team that's just been like bad. So I want to see them actually turn around and actually get it done and win a Big Ten conference championship.
Hey, that'd be huge. I mean, they did have some really down years, especially when they had was it Juwan Howard as their head coach when he punched O'Du from Michigan?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
From Wisconsin. So they are turning things around. That was a crazy game yesterday. I don't know if you watched that Michigan and who they play. It was Michigan-Maryland game yesterday.
I did not.
That game was crazy work.
Was that the layup?
Yep, that came down to the very end of that game, and he came out there. It was like 4 or 5 seconds. They did the press break, let dude drive coast to coast, laid it in with 0.4 seconds left on the clock. You can't do that defensively, but that was good for me because, man, Michigan went in there and did their thing, got it done. Didn't want to see Maryland in there. That's cool. I'm sure they're a really solid squad, but, man, Michigan getting it done yesterday the way they did was crazy.
And if you're going to let a guy just walk right in there for an easy layup, you deserve to lose.
I mean, you at least got to get a foul or something, make them hit.
Cut him off.
They missed the free throw recently. To give them the chance they were 1 for 1, and he missed it. So, hey, can't play like that, but it is what it is. What do you do? But I'm happy Michigan got that. I really am.
Oh yeah, same. I'm glad they pulled that one off. And then yesterday's games. What was that? Was that your standout game yesterday?
That was my standout game because I was watching the Alabama and Florida game, and I like Florida, and the way they were just manhandling that team, I was like, this is boring, man. I gotta watch something else. Like they're just blowing them out. There was a couple of times where I thought that maybe Bama would have came back.
I mean, it was a good.
They didn't. And then I went over to Michigan, and that game was just crazy work. I was sitting back chilling, eating some chicken, and just watching that. And it was good.
I'll say it looks like that game started off in the first half pretty good. It was 45-47 in the first half. Florida was winning. And then it looks like they just blew them away in that second half, 57. They outscored them 57-37 in the second half.
God. So, you can't win games like that. You can't win.
You can't. I'll say mine was Tennessee-Auburn game. Tennessee beat Auburn 70-65. That was just a hard-fought game all the way down to the wire. I said, Tennessee's one of those type of teams, man. They can sneak up on you.
They can.
So, definitely, that was my game. My game yesterday, the game of the day.
What should have been my game of the day should have been Michigan State. But what do you do?
And that was another great game, though.
It was a good game. Like, it was definitely a classic, but Michigan State should have had that, and it is what it is. But, hey, now we got Selection Sunday after all these games. It's going to be – we're going to figure out who's going to be getting in the playoffs. We're doing the bracket challenge. It's going to be a good time. I'm set. I'm ready. I'm locked in for some college basketball in the next couple of weeks. You already know it's going to be huge. I have nothing else really to say about this. Do you got anything you want to say, bro?
I got nothing.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for listening and watching to the Working Man Sports Talk podcast. I know we have not been consistent. We are trying. We are trying our best to figure this out. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you, and we want to hear from you, and you'll hear from us soon.
Peace.